We love You Build It.
Your home's in your hands, you build it. You build it's the place to go to build your home with people who know. Outstanding service, remodeling too. Your home's in your hands, you build it. Plumbers to roofers and cabinets too. We find the best people and value for you. Hammer all day or hire a crew. It's up to you. Your home's in your hands, you build it.
Hi everybody, it's been too long since we did a new show of just a more casual format with a couple interruptions and going along. So I wanted to welcome you to the You Build It show for this month and let you know we have a great show planned for you. We're going to have some interviews with some clients, some walkthroughs, look at a couple houses, different stages of construction, and I'm always very excited about that. But I wanted to take a little while and just talk about the time we're in and the structure and what you're looking at, what might be better for you as you're looking at an update. Is it better for you to do a remodel or to build a new home? And what is the financial structure and everything else that goes with it? More than any time in the last 5 years, I don't have a perfect answer for that. To be perfectly frank, for the last 5 years, it has been, financially speaking, build a new home 100% of the time. The only reason to choose to remodel is the classic, you love where you're at. And again, to a great extent, that's always the trump card. If you love where you're at, if it's, no, this is my chunk of dirt, then remodel is always the best answer. If it's not, then new home comes in different reasons. For example, if you don't love where you're at, well, then new home is always the right answer. And I know that sounds foolish, but it's really true. Be it just the neighborhood has shrunken, something has happened in the area you're not crazy about, or the more common, there's something about the school district or other political segment of where you're at where you want to move somewhere else. Maybe your job has changed, you want to be able to be closer and a lesser commute, or maybe you're just tired of the city and you want to go live out in the country. Whatever it is, if you're not happy where you're at, new home is the best way to go. And that is where we can truly shine. Being able to help you figure out the proper way to handle the financing for the transition of where we live now so that we're not living in some dump rental or whatever while our house is being built, but our family can still be happy as we rotate over to the new home, as well as what's the best way to design, what gives us our longest format, how are we planning into, and what are our goals short-term and long-term. One of the things I always like to discuss is what is the relevance of budget versus our long-term goals. I've had a number of clients where I've helped them plan to design the house for future remodel. People so rarely take that into account. But if you are taking the time, if you're planning correctly, if you're planning wisely, and you're looking at a situation, it is not uncommon to be able to say, in the future, I want to have these things. And while I would love to have them now, I don't have the finances for them now. So how do I achieve where I wish to live in the new home that I wish to be in, built to the highest quality standards and the most economical operation, which, by the way, is a very important part of the planning. How do I achieve the minimum that I need to at the budget I wish to, and how do I structure to be set up for an easy add-on remodel for these things in the future when and if my circumstances change and the finances are there. And by the way, is that definitely what you're going to do? No, you may very well. Your options may change, but if you plotted that in, it is still easier to know where and how we're going to tie into the home, which is very important. Because we rotate back around now, a lot of the struggle people have with the remodel is, I need to add this, I need another bedroom, I need another bathroom, I need another larger kitchen, I need blah, 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 blah. But how do I cut? How do I tie in? How do we pull out? And we're very, very good at that. And we have some of the greatest designers you could ever ask for planning it. But if it was planned beforehand, life can be easier. Now, if it's not, and if you need assistance with that, give us a call. Keep in mind your very first meeting, and we are going to give 100%. It's totally free. We do not charge for your initial planning meeting, new home or remodel. And I guarantee you, we're going to treat you and act as if you were a paying client, because we want to give full service every time. The other takes care of itself. We just want to help and serve as best we can. So regardless of where you're sitting, can I afford to build? Do I want to build? Can I afford to remodel? Do I want, even if it's I want to start having a plan for what I want to do in a few years when it's time to develop the plan, give us a call. We'd love to meet with you. We love to sit with you. We love to go over those things. And if you're not ready to sit down and meet with us, but you still want to start planning, ask for the information kit. Get the brochures, get the information, get on the monthly mailing list, and get all those ideas that are flowing, and help use that in addition to some of the great websites that exist out there, from Pinterest to all the other planning sites. The sooner you start, the more information you have, the happier you are, you better you are. And keep in mind, you build it, you remodel it, we're a consulting company. You know what that means we specialize in? Information. Because it's what we are and what we do. We are not ultimately the general contractor. We are the information database. We are the know-how, the ideas, the concepts, the contacts. And the longer we have to teach and educate and plan, the happier we are, and the cleaner and better things can work. So it's never too early to start getting information. I hope that the rest of this show inspires you, and I hope we hear from you soon, because we truly, truly would love to be able to visit with you and help you in any way possible. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy our show.
Building your dream home is a choice, and the power of choice lies within you. UBuildIt lets you choose your budget, who designs your floor plans, and where you'll build. Choose from our trusted vendors and contractors, or use your own connections to save even more. The power of choice will create instant equity while building your dream home. Choose UBuildIt.
Hi, I'm Bob Braudrick. Give us a call today, or please visit UBuildIt.com.
As a family-owned and operated business, Complete Interiors is the one place to shop to give that extra touch of beauty and elegance to your home. Our cabinets have a baked-on finish that is extremely durable and easy to clean, as well as soft-close doors and drawers. Complete Interiors offers a wide variety of backsplash options to complete your design, as well as flooring. From our wood look tile to carpet or hardwood, Complete Interiors can help you beautify your home.
We are back with Doug Ogburn from First United Bank. And Doug, I know you haven't been with us since year one, but I think you've been with us since year two. That's over 9 years that y'all been doing UBuildIt loans. Last check, it was a little over 200 of our clients' homes y'all have done the financing for to build their home. Tell us, what's one of the things that has made UBuildIt jobs so successful and working with First United Bank for the lending?
Well, that's really easy. First of all, when we've done that many loans and have that big of a track record, it's real easy for us to want to continue to do loans with UBuildIt because of the cost that you guys save the customer. The value that we get from the appraisals makes it very safe from a banking standpoint to do these type of loans. And if they weren't, we wouldn't continue to do them. So we look forward to working with the customers on doing loans for UBuildIt.
Now, one of the pluses that I know there are people that are going to wonder about is First United not only handles the construction loan, which of course you have to build, but takes out and handles the mortgage as well. Discuss that just a little bit so people understand the flow of that and the value of keeping it all in one lending location.
Absolutely. You want to have a place where you can go from one loan right to the other for a couple of reasons. One is because when we go from your construction to the perm, we're going to save about $1,000 minimum versus a person doing a construction loan at one bank or company and doing a final loan at the other. The other thing is we're going to use the same appraisal, so you don't have to go through another appraisal process. We use a lot of your same documents, so it's a real easy transition going from the construction loan to the permanent financing.
And I know for many clients, one of the biggest values they've had is, while as a rule, you're shopping to get the client the absolute best rate, First United will in-house the mortgage when that is the greatest benefit to the client and being able to make a clean transition straight from one to the other. So if anyone that's ever insecure or wishes those old days of one-time close, what Doug offers you at First United is even better than those situations. Now, for those that are concerned about interest rates and PMI and such, what are some of the values you have on the UBuildIt jobs in that area to help them know they're getting the best rate and the lowest monthly payment possible?
Well, first of all, we will have the most competitive rates of any bank out there. We don't get beat on that. We're going to be very competitive. Secondly, on our costs, we're going to be less than anybody, at least $1,000 less. Thirdly, we're not going to sell our customers loans. We're going to keep them. And when we keep your loan, it lets us real easily refinance them at no cost every time rates drop. That's something that we do that not any other lenders actively do. You know, one of the greatest things is because of the value that your customers get, they often find themselves below 80% and they don't even have PMI. So that makes they're going to get the best rate, the best value, the best everything they can in a mortgage situation.
Average client, for those of you that are payment buyers, the value of that is for the exact same monthly payment, you can build 4 or 5% more home because it's thousands of dollars more home for the same payment because it's going towards your house and not some crazy insurance company. I would love to keep going because I love the information. I know how much this matters, but for clients that want to be able to talk to you beforehand or even just go online and apply, since we're running out of time briefly, how would people reach you?
Well, they can reach me always on my mobile, 24/7. Whenever you're thinking about building or planning or budgeting or you have questions in that, they can reach me anytime at 405-819-1166, or they can go directly online to do an application at dogburn.fubmortgage.com, and I'll get back with them and review that with them right away.
So you can call that number or you can email Doug at dogburn@fubmortgage.com and he will get back with you with what you need and the application. Doug, thank you so much and we appreciate you greatly.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Cam Williams with UBuildIt. I'm here with Bob and Pat Jamison in their gorgeous new 3,300 square foot home they just finished. Just wanted to go through a little bit of their background, what made them choose UBuildIt, and some of the choices they made in this gorgeous home. Bob and Pat, what brought you through the journey of life to UBuildIt?
Well, we are at a point in our life that we decided we wanted to downsize and also wanted to get away from the congestion in the city and move to the country. And in the process, I wanted to save money if possible. So I had seen the UBuildIt commercials and decided to check it out. And we decided to go that direction. And it was a very, very beneficial process for us. And glad we did it. It did save us money. And it was, I was the builder. UBuildIt guided me through the process, kept me on target, had the subcontractors that I could choose and pick from and that they had worked with. And since, my wife was the designer, she chose the colors and
The plan from the beginning,
and
everything.
so.
He told me that as long as he could live out here, he didn't care what I did, just whatever I wanted to do. He was fine with it, and here we are.
Well, first off, congratulations. This is an absolutely gorgeous home, and you did an amazing job, colors, design, everything. So y'all were perfect clients. You followed the system.
You were good, too.
Thank you, Pat. Couldn't ask for better clients, better results. This is just a true representation of what happens when you follow the system. Pat, some of these colors, some of this stuff, can you tell us a little bit about your inspirations?
Well, I didn't really want to build. He just wanted to be out here on this land, and I just was happy where I was, or content. And I was looking at some plans one day, and I saw this house plan.
I remember when you brought it in and showed me.
It was very unique and very different, and people will either love it or they'll hate it probably, but I love it. And to be quite honest, the house, from the plan to everything in it, to where it's located, is a God thing. And anything in this house, God directed me. I don't think I could have done it by myself without God and UBuildIt.
Thank you. That's awesome. And we did it, and that's amazing.
And we're in our early 70s, so, most people think when you're old, and we did downsize, but probably we needed the direction. We needed UBuildIt, otherwise we could not have done it.
Yeah.
And old people can build a house too.
That's amazing. And you guys were awesome. We've enjoyed working with you. Some of the other unique features on this home, I mean, it is amazing. The courtyards, everything. Explain a little bit about your front and back courtyards and what was it?
I just love them. Well, I know why they're really there.
Yes.
You know why too?
I do too.
Okay, we have heard rumors that snakes are out here, and I'm afraid of snakes. So I had concrete put all around the house. There's a sidewalk around the whole house, and there are 2 huge courtyards. Therefore, if a snake is close by, I at least will know it. That's the real reason. I loved them, but the real reason was the snake awareness.
They're really cool. To preface that a little bit, we're actually sitting on 11 acres out here, very treed, gorgeous setting, deer coming through the backyard, turkeys. So it is definitely a gorgeous home sitting in the middle of the nature.
And we have never seen a snake.
Yeah.
And all the times we've been out here, there's not been one snake that we've seen.
And hopefully you won't, but you might.
I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasant experience.
Well, good.
And I'm glad we did it.
And after all said and done, even with land costs, with all the upgrades and everything, you guys were able to still have pretty good equity in the house, correct?
Yes.
We ended up with a sizable equity even after purchasing the 11 acres and building the house. I was pleasantly surprised that we did end up with a sizable equity. And that was one of my objectives. So
That was the goal.
Yeah, the goal. We did it. Yeah, we did it with UBuildIt.
Yes.
Yeah. We just got the appraisal. They give 2 numbers in a formal appraisal. One is the sales comparison, and one is the value. The value was $628,000. The sales comparison, which is affected by other sales in the area, was $600,000. So we're the appraised value that is being used in this process is $600,000. We paid $150,000 for the land, 11.5 acres, and it cost us $385,000 for the construction. So that would be roughly $65,000 in equity, instant equity, that we were able to achieve through this process. So.
One other thing about the house, kind of unique, there is a really cool sunroom right out there. So you have your sunroom, and then right above that, the balcony overlooking the pond.
I think it just has everything. It has everything I've ever wanted in a home. Balcony, sunroom, courtyards. I mean, just everything.
Amazing. One more feature, I would do one that's kind of unique that I think is more for Mr. Bob. In the main garage, there's an extra piece that you don't always see in garage.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Go ahead.
Well,
I'm safety conscious.
she has a pet cat, and there is the ticks that the deer bring, and occasionally I'm out in the brush and might have a tick on me, so we built a shower out in the garage, so before I come into the house, I can shower and hope that'll wash the ticks off. So,
Or at least he can find them.
we have a nice shower out in the garage.
That's right. That's for when he goes out into the wilderness, which he will be spending time in, I'm sure.
Why would you not if you moved here? So it's gorgeous. I know. Okay, I said one more 3 times now, but there's so many cool features, I just keep thinking of them. What about that cool little room under the stairs?
That's the cat room.
Yes. Tell me about the cat room.
She has her own special room.
She does.
And there's a door from the garage where you can stand, and then there's a door coming in under the steps into the house. So it's accessible to her and to us.
You thought of everything.
I tried to. I tried to.
First, I had to get the trees removed.
Now, first, he came out. These are trees, right? I mean, we're talking, you couldn't see, or he would take a compass and he would go stand out by himself out in the middle of all these trees, and he would decide where the house was going to be. And he figured it out all alone with a compass in that forest. I could do it flying over on a helicopter, in a helicopter looking down, but he stood there and he figured it all out by himself, where the house would go. Told him to dig a pond basically and pull the dirt up and level it. That was the beginning.
The property sloped a little bit, so they were either going to have to dig down to level it, or they could take some dirt from the property and level it that way. And that's what we did. We had a pond that served that purpose, to bring dirt up to level the pad. So, you know, the really good thing I liked about it was Pat and I have had our separate careers. You know, I've been an administrator in healthcare, and she's been a teacher, and we
Are
we've
both
never had an
bossy.
opportunity.
We're both bossy, and we both
Yeah.
like being the boss.
But we've never really worked a project together, and this was the first time we have really had an opportunity to work together. Again, she designed it. I was the builder, and through UBuildIt, contacted the subs that did the work, and but it was really I really enjoyed and thought it was great that she and I could work together that well, and it was a distraction from other things in our life, and
And it was a God thing.
and yes. So anyway, that it ended up even from the floor tile. When she first showed me the floor tile, I thought, that's the ugliest stuff I've ever seen.
Well, everything I showed him, he would look kind of funny, and then by the time it was installed and everything, he'd go, wow, that looks
It
a lot
ended
better
up-
than I thought.
It ended up looking
Yeah,
a lot better
everything,
than I
every
imagined.
single thing.
And you know, I'm very pleased with the process. And you know, UBuildIt, my advisor, my representative with UBuildIt, Glenn, he was exceptionally good to work with, very experienced, very knowledgeable, always
Dependable.
available. Evenings, weekends, I'd text him and he would respond. So I really enjoyed working with Glenn and Cam.
And we
some of
love
the others.
Cam,
Yeah. So,
don't you?
yes. It was. We really liked working
Yes.
with the UBuildIt team.
They're good people.
Yeah,
They are
that
very
was-
good people.
That made it a very pleasant experience. So, I still work full time, and that was a little challenging sometimes. I had to take off work, you know, take vacation time occasionally, but most of it I did on weekends and evenings. I would do all my follow-up contacts with the subcontractors and all, and occasionally have to meet them out here and look at things. But I have been very, very busy. You know,
Yes, he has.
it took us about a year to build it. I think if I was retired or not working full time, we could have built it faster.
Yes.
Because Glenn was trying to keep me on target, and I wasn't always able to, you know, because of my other work, I wasn't able to keep the schedule. But you know, we got it built in a year, and turned out very, very good.
Very well. Well, you know what's in it.
Yeah.
You know what, I mean, you hope you know what's in it. You think you do anyway. I mean, you followed it all the way along, and you picked and choose from the different options, and you get the home you want, and that the one you think you get maybe when someone else builds it for you. Well, when we went into this before our other house, you kind of built it for what other people may like, because if you're going to resell it ever, then, and this one, I just threw that aside and didn't care what anybody else liked, and didn't care if it ever sold, didn't care anything. I just put in it what I wanted in it, and that's it. So I'm really happy.
And you stayed married.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did, and that truly was a miracle in a lot of ways, wasn't it?
Yeah, just
We
working
stayed
together.
married.
We didn't always agree on everything.
No, he never liked anything I picked, actually.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Well, she picked out everything like the granite from India because it has a low radon content. Supposedly the granite from other parts of the world will have a higher radioactivity. She didn't want her pet cat laying on a radon
Extreme.
granite shelf, and but this has a very low radon content. And that's, you know, it's little things like that that she was able to. She
I
did a
picked
lot
out
of
the
research.
garage doors,
Yeah.
and that's one of my favorite things is the garage doors.
Yeah. But every little detail, even this tile that I thought, wow, that's, I don't know if I like that or not.
But if it makes you happy, he said.
Yeah, if you like it, you're the designer. So
I love it.
it turned out really well. It ties in very well. That kept us, you know, on target. That book is quite
It's really big,
and,
very big.
The spreadsheet helped keep me on budget. And for what they had given me an estimate, given us an estimate early on what we could expect to, and that's what we got our construction loan on, and we stuck with that.
Was it close?
It was pretty close. Yeah, there was a few things I had to that I went over. Some that I was under budget, some that I was over budget.
The tile went over
Yeah, her tile went over budget a lot.
a lot.
But some things you just want to go ahead and spend a little extra on and get what you want.
I thought that was a comfort. I found that book to be a comfort, not a detriment.
Yeah,
Didn't you?
it was a lot of
Remember they told us just like eating an elephant, one bite at a
one
time.
bite at a time. Yeah, that's what you do.
Focus on the next thing.
Just keep, you know, going through the steps, and then like Glenn would come out whenever I needed him to check and see, you know, was this done right or not, and
He might say, no, it wasn't done right.
so, and that was a big help too.
Well, good job. Well, thank you guys so much for not only letting us be on this journey with you from start to finish, from helping with the plan development to the final touches on the home. It's been an amazing process and journey, and thank you so much for letting us come out and view it. So, just if you are in the process of possibly building a new home, we'd just like for you to at least look at our system, see if we would be a right fit for you. Thank you.
Your home's in your hands, you build it.
There's nothing quite as fun as taking something broken and making it new again. Whether you need to update, add on, or totally gut and rebuild, URemodel It is the way to go. Visit UBuildIt.com. Well, that was today's show. I sure hope you enjoyed it. Whether you're looking to remodel or build new or just get more information as you try to develop your idea, new home, log home, whatever it is, we are so excited and we are so happy that you watched, and we so hope we hear from you. So give us a call today, or as always, just visit UBuildIt.com.
Your home's in your hands, you build it. You build it's the place to go to build your home with people who know. Outstanding service, remodeling too. Your home's in your hands, you build it. Plumbers to roofers and cabinets too.